I don't know about the legend, I guess we're all going to go someday, especially when you get to be a geezer like me.
Remember Kris Kristofferson? He spent the latter part of the 20th century as a household name, touring the U.S. and appearing in countless films. But around 2004, during the third decade of his career, the country's singer and actor reportedly started experiencing a serious decline in his health. So what happened to Kris Kristofferson? And what is his life like now? Stay tuned to learn more. Despite projecting an image of rugged toughness on screen, Kristofferson faced health challenges in his personal life, including memory loss. Reports emerged of his memory deteriorating, leading to concerns about possible dementia or Alzheimer's disease. In a candid interview with Fox News nearly a decade later, the A Star Is Born actor attributed his condition to the toll taken by years of football, boxing, and the resulting concussions. Despite these health challenges, Kristofferson expressed satisfaction with his accomplished career. Despite his declining health, Kristofferson continued to work, albeit with reduced frequency, both on stage and in front of the camera throughout the 2010s. His last acting credit was in 2018's Blaze. Meanwhile, he quietly retired from music in 2020. The announcement of his retirement came unexpectedly in 2021 when a press release revealed that his son, John Kristofferson, would be overseeing his music catalog estate. Many fans were surprised by the low-key nature of Kristofferson's retirement. However, his longtime manager, Tamara Saviano, explained to Variety that the decision marked an organic conclusion to his career. "Kris is aging. Kris is 84. It didn't feel like such big news to us," she said. "It doesn't feel like a retirement because Kris's music isn't going anywhere. But he's not going to be on the road anymore," she added. Kris Kristofferson suffered from Lyme disease. Fortunately, there was a positive turn in the actor's health when it was discovered that his Alzheimer's diagnosis had been incorrect. In an interview with Lyme Times in 2016, Kris Kristofferson's wife, Lisa Myers, disclosed that in February of that year, Kristofferson tested positive for Lyme disease. This revelation came as a surprise because he had been undergoing treatment for Alzheimer's. About 12 years ago, he was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, which in hindsight should have prompted testing for Lyme disease, Myers explained. They suspected that Kristofferson contracted the illness while filming Disappearances in 2002. Once doctors accurately diagnosed the renowned singer, they adjusted his treatment regimen, resulting in a significant improvement in his cognitive function. Those close to Kristofferson observed a remarkable difference in his memory after he received appropriate treatment. "It's like Lazarus coming out of the grave and being born again," remarked country singer and longtime friend Chris Gantry to Closer Weekly in 2016. For the past 6 or 7 years, there was this slow realization that he was becoming forgetful, Gantry added. Despite his health improving, Kristofferson chose to step back from the spotlight as he aged. Despite his improved health, he's preparing for the end of his days. Following his official retirement, Kris Kristofferson had a clear plan for how he intended to spend his remaining years. The aging singer retreated to his home in Hawaii, where he found solace in simple activities. "I spend most of my time on my tractor, mowing the grass around there," he shared with OK Magazine in April 2023. "That's my therapy. No one can mess with me on the tractor." Additionally, the Heaven's Gate actor revealed that he had begun contemplating the end of his life and had even chosen the words for his epitaph. "Like a bird on the wire, like a drunk in a midnight choir, I have tried in my way to be free." In line with his plans, Kristofferson reportedly initiated the process of liquidating his assets. He listed his expansive 550-acre California ranch for sale in September with an asking price of $17.2 million. Kris didn't feel he was up to touring anymore, a source disclosed to Radar at the time. Now, he just wants to make things easier for his family by turning his holdings into cash that will go to them when he's gone. Despite settling into retirement, Kristofferson has made it evident that he hasn't entirely hung up his performing boots. During a celebration honoring Willie Nelson's 90th birthday in April 2023, he took to the stage and performed his iconic song "Lovin' Her Was Easier Than Anything I'll Ever Do Again" in a duet with Rosanne Cash, daughter of Johnny Cash. Kris Kristofferson has put his 550-acre California ranch on the market for $17.2 million, with friends saying the 87-year-old country music icon is facing his final days. The father of 8, who is worth an estimated $50 million, and his third wife, Lisa Myers, 66, live on Hawaii's Maui in the town of Hana, which narrowly escaped the recent deadly wildfires, spilled a pal. Although there aren't any upcoming tour plans, fans can find solace in the fact that the iconic star continues to cherish music deeply. Let's take a moment to reflect on his life and career and honor this legendary artist. Early life and education. Kristoffer Kristofferson's upbringing was shaped by his family's military background and frequent relocations due to his father's service in the U.S. Army Air Corps. Born in Brownsville, Texas, Kristofferson was the son of Mary Ann and Lars Henry Kristofferson, who later rose to the rank of U.S. Air Force Major General. His paternal grandfather's military lineage extended to the Swedish Army, instilling a sense of duty and discipline within the family from an early age. Growing up, Kristofferson's father encouraged him to pursue a military career, a path that influenced his formative years. The family moved frequently, eventually settling in San Mateo, California, where Kristofferson attended San Mateo High School and graduated in 1954. Despite the military expectations, Kristofferson harbored aspirations beyond the confines of Army life. His passion for writing led him to enroll at Pomona College, where he pursued his literary ambitions. Even in his youth, Kristofferson displayed a knack for writing, with his early works garnering recognition. Prize-winning essays and publications in prestigious journals like The Atlantic Monthly showcased his talent and intellectual curiosity. His writings, such as The Rock and Gone Are the Days, delved into themes ranging from geographical marvels to social injustices, reflecting his diverse interests and concerns. At the age of 17, Kristofferson embarked on a formative summer job experience, working with a dredging contractor on Wake Island in the western Pacific Ocean. Despite the grueling nature of the work, Kristofferson embraced the challenge, describing it as the hardest job I ever had. At Pomona College, Kristoffer Kristofferson's academic and extracurricular achievements propelled him into the national spotlight. His talents extended beyond the classroom, as evidenced by his notable accomplishments in collegiate sports, particularly rugby union, American football, and track and field. In a defining moment of recognition, Kristofferson graced the pages of Sports Illustrated in its March 31, 1958 issue, showcasing his prowess in multiple athletic disciplines. Alongside his classmates, he played a pivotal role in revitalizing the Claremont College's rugby club in 1958, leaving an indelible mark on Southern California's rugby landscape. Despite his athletic successes, Kristofferson's intellectual pursuits remained at the forefront of his collegiate journey. In 1958, he graduated from Pomona College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in literature, earning the prestigious distinction of summa cum laude. His academic excellence was further underscored by his induction into Phi Beta Kappa during his junior year, a testament to his scholarly prowess. Reflecting on his time at Pomona, Kristofferson credited philosophy professor Frederick Sontag as a significant influence, shaping his perspectives and intellectual development. Kristofferson's enduring connection with Pomona College was reaffirmed in 1973 when he received an honorary doctorate in fine arts during Alumni Weekend. The ceremony, attended by esteemed fellow performers Johnny Cash and Rita Coolidge, underscored Kristofferson's lasting impact on the college community. In 1958, Kristoffer Kristofferson's academic journey took a significant turn when he was awarded a prestigious Rhodes Scholarship to the University of Oxford, marking a pivotal moment in his life. He embarked on a new chapter of his education at Merton College, where he immersed himself in academic pursuits while also making notable strides in extracurricular activities. During his time at Oxford, Kristofferson's multifaceted talents shone brightly. Not content with merely excelling in academia, he embraced the rigors of athletic competition, earning recognition for his boxing skills with a coveted blue. Additionally, he showcased his athleticism on the rugby field, representing his college with distinction. Amidst his academic and athletic endeavors, Kristofferson's passion for music continued to burn brightly, prompting him to explore songwriting. It was during his tenure at Oxford that Kristofferson's artistic aspirations began to take shape. Teaming up with fellow Rhodes scholar Michael Fried, an accomplished art critic and poet, Kristofferson delved deeper into his musical pursuits. With the guidance of his manager, R.I.P, Kristofferson ventured into the realm of music recording under the moniker Kris Kristofferson, as part of Parnas's strategy to market him as a Yank at Oxford to British audiences. Despite facing initial setbacks in his musical endeavors, Kristofferson remained determined to carve out a path in the music industry. In 1960, Kristofferson achieved another academic milestone, graduating from Oxford with a Bachelor of Philosophy degree in English literature, a testament to his intellectual acumen and scholarly dedication. The following year, he took a significant personal step, exchanging vows with his longtime sweetheart, Frances "Fran" Mavia Beer, marking the beginning of a new chapter in his personal life. Military service. Under family pressure, Kristoffer Kristofferson enlisted in the U.S. Army and rose to the rank of captain, having been commissioned as a second lieutenant. He underwent rigorous training and became a skilled helicopter pilot following flight instruction at Fort Rucker, Alabama. Additionally, he successfully completed Ranger School, showcasing his dedication and proficiency in military operations. During the early 1960s, Kristofferson served in West Germany as part of the 8th Infantry Division, where he balanced his military duties with his passion for music. Despite his demanding military responsibilities, he managed to form a band and continue his pursuit of a career in music. However, in 1965, following the conclusion of his tour in Germany, Kristofferson faced a pivotal decision. Initially assigned to teach English literature at West Point, he made the bold choice to depart from the Army and pursue songwriting instead. This decision caused a rift within his family, leading to their disapproval and eventual disownment of Kristofferson. While sources vary on whether they later reconciled, Kristofferson remained steadfast in his belief that his military service was a source of pride. He received recognition for his contributions when he was honored with the Veteran of the Year Award at the 2003 American Veterans Award ceremony. Music. After departing from the Army in 1965, Kristoffer Kristofferson relocated to Nashville, where he faced a challenging period while pursuing a career in music. He took on various odd jobs to make ends meet, all while grappling with the financial strain of his son's medical expenses due to a defective esophagus. Unfortunately, the stress took its toll on his marriage, leading to his eventual divorce from his wife. To immerse himself in Nashville's music scene, Kristofferson secured a job sweeping floors at Columbia recording studios. It was there that he crossed paths with June Carter, whom he approached to pass along a tape of his music to Johnny Cash. Although Cash initially placed Kristofferson's tape among many others, fate intervened when Kristofferson found work as a commercial helicopter pilot for Petroleum Helicopters International in Lafayette, Louisiana. Reflecting on his time as a pilot, Kristofferson recalled the dichotomy of his life, spending 1 week flying helicopters in South Louisiana and another pitching his songs in Nashville. Some of his most iconic songs, including Help Me Make It Through the Night and Me and Bobby McGee, were born during this period, with Kristofferson finding inspiration in the solitude atop oil platforms. In a serendipitous turn of events, Kristofferson's persistence paid off when he landed his helicopter in Cash's front yard weeks after giving Carter his tapes. While the popular anecdote of him arriving with a beer in one hand and songs in the other has been debunked, Cash's decision to record Sunday Morning Comin' Down marked a significant breakthrough for Kristofferson. His talent was further recognized when he won Songwriter of the Year at the 1970 Country Music Association Awards for the same song. In 1966, Dave Dudley catapulted Kristoffer Kristofferson into the spotlight with the release of the successful single Vietnam Blues. The following year, Kristofferson inked a deal with Epic Records and dropped his own single, Golden Idol Killing Time. But unfortunately, it failed to make waves. However, his luck soon turned as more of his original compositions began making their way onto the charts, performed by esteemed artists like Roy Drusky, Jody and the Kid, Billy Walker and the Tennessee Walkers, From the Bottle to the Bottom, and Ray Stevens, Sunday Morning Comin' Down. Thanks to Johnny Cash's endorsement at the Newport Folk Festival, Kristofferson's career gained momentum, leading him to sign with Monument Records as both a recording artist and a songwriter under Fred Foster's management at Combine Music. His debut album, Kristofferson, released in 1970, initially saw modest sales. However, its re-release the following year under the title Me and Bobby McGee proved to be a game-changer, catapulting Kristofferson to fame. Despite the lukewarm reception of his debut album, demand for Kristofferson's songwriting talents continued to soar. Artists like Ray Price, For the Good Times, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Help Me Make It Through the Night, and Waylon Jennings, The Taker, found success with their renditions of his songs. Notably, For the Good Times earned the prestigious Song of the Year award from the Academy of Country Music in 1970, while Sunday Morning Comin' Down clinched the same honor from the Country Music Association, marking a unique feat in music history. In 1971, Janis Joplin, who had been romantically involved with Kristoffer Kristofferson, soared to the top of the charts with her rendition of Me and Bobby McGee from her posthumous album Pearl. The song held the #1 spot for weeks, marking a milestone in Joplin's career. Following this success, more artists lined up to cover Kristofferson's songs, including Ray Price, I'd Rather Be Sorry, Joe Simon, Help Me Make It Through the Night, and Bobby Bare, Please Don't Tell Me How the Story Ends. Meanwhile, Kristofferson continued to carve out his own path in the music industry. In 1971, he dropped his second album, The Silver-Tongued Devil and I, which featured the iconic track Lovin' Her Was Easier Than Anything I'll Ever Do Again. This album solidified Kristofferson's status as a recording artist, paving the way for his foray into acting. Making his debut on the silver screen in Dennis Hopper's The Last Movie, Kristofferson also graced the stage at the Isle of Wight Festival, leaving a lasting impression on the audience. Portions of his electrifying performance at the festival were later featured on the compilation album, The First Great Rock Festivals of the 70s. In the same year, Kristofferson starred in Cisco Pike and released his third album, Border Lord. Despite containing all new material, the album faced sluggish sales. However, Kristofferson's fortunes changed when he dominated the Grammy Awards, winning Country Song of the Year for Help Me Make It Through the Night. The momentum continued into 1972 with the release of his fourth album, Jesus Was a Capricorn. While initial sales were modest, the single Why Me became a smash hit, propelling album sales to over 1 million copies and earning Kristofferson a gold disc from the RIAA amidst his musical successes. Kristofferson made memorable appearances on television, including a captivating performance with Rita Coolidge on the BBC's The Old Grey Whistle Test. Additionally, Al Green's rendition of For the Good Times from his album I'm Still in Love with You further solidified Kristofferson's influence on the music scene. Film. Over the next several years, Kristoffer Kristofferson shifted his focus to acting, making notable appearances in various films. He starred alongside Gene Hackman in Cisco Pike and featured in Bloom in Love, directed by Paul Mazursky. His collaboration with renowned director Sam Peckinpah saw him in films like Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia, and Convoy. Kristofferson also shared the screen with Burt Reynolds in Michael Ritchie's Semi-Tough. His acting prowess earned him critical acclaim, especially for his role in Martin Scorsese's Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore and the romantic drama A Star is Born, alongside Barbra Streisand, for which he received a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor. Despite his success in Hollywood, Kristofferson turned down notable roles in films like Sorcerer and Hanover Street. In 1980, Kristofferson took on the lead role in Michael Cimino's controversial film Heaven's Gate, portraying the enigmatic Sheriff James Averill. Although the film faced financial setbacks and criticism at the time, it garnered recognition in later years. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Kristofferson continued to showcase his acting versatility in films such as Rollover, The Last Days of Frank and Jesse James, and Trouble in Mind. His commitment to acting persisted into the 21st century with roles in films like Lone Star, Fire Down Below, and the Blade trilogy, where he portrayed Abraham Whistler. Kristofferson's diverse filmography also includes appearances in Dance With Me, Payback, and the Tim Burton-directed Planet of the Apes. In addition to his film work, Kristofferson has lent his talent to television productions, such as the miniseries America and the films Dolphin Tale and its sequel Dolphin Tale 2. He also collaborated with Dolly Parton in Joyful Noise and shared the screen with Willie Nelson and Lyle Lovett in Angels Sing. Kristofferson's contributions to cinema extend beyond Hollywood, as evidenced by his role in the Norwegian film Johan, the Children Wanderer. In 2006, he starred opposite Genevieve Bujold in Disappearances, a film depicting whiskey running during the Great Depression from Quebec to the U.S., mid-career. Following his musical triumphs in the early 1970s, Kristoffer Kristofferson crossed paths with singer Rita Coolidge. Their connection blossomed, leading to their marriage in 1973. Together, they collaborated on an album titled Full Moon, which achieved considerable success, fueled by multiple hit singles and Grammy nominations. However, Kristofferson encountered a setback with the release of his fifth album, Spooky Ladies Sideshow, in 1974, which failed to gain traction commercially. This marked a turning point in his musical journey, as subsequent albums struggled to replicate the success of his earlier works. While other artists like Ronnie Milsap and Johnny Duncan continued to find success with Kristofferson's compositions, his distinctively rough voice and unconventional sound limited his own audience. Despite these challenges, Kristofferson's songwriting prowess remained influential, with his compositions finding their way to the top of the charts through interpretations by artists like Willie Nelson. Nelson's 1979 album Willie Nelson Sings Kristofferson reached number 5 on the U.S. country music chart and achieved platinum certification in the U.S. In 1979, Kristofferson embarked on a memorable journey to Havana, Cuba, where he participated in the historic Havana Jam Festival alongside a lineup of acclaimed artists. His performance during the event was captured in Ernesto Juan Castellanos' documentary Havana Jam 79. Adding to his diverse experiences, Kristofferson and Coolidge made a memorable appearance on The Muppet Show on November 18, 1979. During the show, Kristofferson sang Help Me Make It Through the Night with Miss Piggy, while Coolidge enchanted the audience with We're All Alone alongside Forest Animals. The duo also performed Song I'd Like to Sing with the Muppet Monsters. Despite their collaborative endeavors, Kristofferson and Coolidge eventually parted ways, finalizing their divorce in 1980. Later work. In 1982, Kristoffer Kristofferson teamed up with Willie Nelson, Dolly Parton, and Brenda Lee for The Winning Hand, a double album featuring updated versions of recordings they had made for the Monument label in the 1960s. The album soared into the top 10 on the U.S. country album charts. During this time, Kristofferson tied the knot again, this time with Lisa Myers. He shifted his focus to the silver screen, appearing in notable films like The Lost Honor of Catherine Beck, Flashpoint, and Songwriter in 1984. In Songwriter, both Nelson and Kristofferson shared the screen, earning Kristofferson an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song Score. The soundtrack from the film, Music from Songwriter, featuring duets by Nelson and Kristofferson, became a massive country hit. The collaboration between Nelson and Kristofferson continued to flourish, leading them to team up with Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash to form the iconic supergroup, the Highwaymen. Their debut album, Highwayman, enjoyed widespread success, prompting the supergroup to continue their collaborative efforts. The single from the album, Highwayman, penned by Jimmy Webb, received accolades, including the ACM's Single of the Year in 1985. Amidst his musical endeavors, Kristofferson remained active in acting, starring in films like Trouble in Mind in 1985. He also released Repossessed, a politically charged album that resonated with country music fans, particularly the track They Killed Him, paying homage to his inspirations such as Martin Luther King Jr., Jesus, and Mahatma Gandhi. Concurrently, Kristofferson appeared in the miniseries America, which offered a speculative glimpse into life under Soviet control. Despite the triumph of Highwayman 2 in 1990, Kristofferson's solo recording career experienced a downturn in the early 1990s. Nevertheless, he continued to find success with the Highwaymen. It was his role in the film Lone Star in 1996 that reignited his acting career. In 1985, Kris Kristofferson was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, following his earlier induction into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1977. In 1999, he released The Austin Sessions, an album where he reimagined some of his favorite songs with contributions from artists like Mark Knopfler, Steve Earle, and Jackson Browne. In 1996, Kris Kristofferson experienced a significant career resurgence when he portrayed Sheriff Charlie Wade in John Sayles' acclaimed film Lone Star alongside Matthew McConaughey. This role led to more prominent opportunities, including appearances in the Blade vampire movies, the family drama A Soldier's Daughter Never Cries, Mel Gibson's Payback, and Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes in 2001. He has since taken on various roles in both film and television, including the 2012 indie drama The Motel Life and the 2016 Western Traded. Kristofferson's recent musical ventures have also seen success, with albums like This Old Road, Closer to the Bone, and Feeling Mortal, his 28th album, all charting in the country top 40. In 2004, he was rightfully honored with induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame, and in 2014 he received a Lifetime Achievement Grammy Award. Around the same time as these accolades, Kristofferson made public his battle with a form of dementia similar to Alzheimer's, known as pugilistic, attributed to his earlier career as a football player and boxer. However, a positive test for Lyme disease led to a change in treatment, swapping Alzheimer's and depression medication for 3 weeks of Lyme disease treatment. While he still faces some memory issues, the improvement has been significant. Despite his health challenges, Kristofferson remains active in touring, and in June 2016, a box set of his first 11 albums, titled The Complete Monument and Columbia Album Collection, was released. Sadly, Kristofferson died at his home in Maui, Hawaii, on September 28, 2024. He was 88. No cause of death was given, but he was described as having passed away peacefully surrounded by his family. As we reflect on Kris Kristofferson's remarkable journey, from his early days as a struggling musician to his legendary status in both the music and film industries, one can't help but marvel at his resilience and talent. What are your favorite memories or songs from Kris Kristofferson's illustrious career? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating content about the life and legacy of Kris Kristofferson. Until next time, bye-bye. Next time.